Go.
Hello, thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Sheree. We're going to talk to you about our project today, which is the Trinity River Pickup. The topics that we'll be discussing today is going to be our purpose, our problem, the pollution, the plan, our sponsors, the success measures that we plan, our art contest, the schedule, the staffing, the budget, and also our conclusion. So our purpose is to bring awareness to the Trinity River. It has a severe amount of industrial waste, and this is due to many companies, Houston-based companies, that directly pour their industrial waste right into the rivers that flow into the Trinity River. And another purpose is that we want to keep Dallas's environment beautiful, and everyone benefits just because it is such a large resource of water that we have. The problem is that it's the third most polluted river currently, and if we clean it up, it can be a tourist attraction once again, and that'll bring money to our city and also more potential people moving. And currently it is being negatively affected by a large amount of individuals, including the companies that do dump the industrial waste, but also the general littering that happens in the surrounding areas, which is why we'll be cleaning it up as well. So it is the third most polluted river. This is also caused by the waste and debris by individuals. And it's actually in the 60s, it was considered septic because no plans or actions were taken to clean the river up. And we are currently headed in that direction if we don't take action now. In the 70s, they did eventually, the government stepped in and they did clean up the river, which helped a lot. It's not doing so great once again because the government hasn't stepped in, but we hope that with our project that it'll bring more awareness and the government will help us to clean up the actual river since we can only do the area surrounding it.
Okay, so our plan is to have a one-day activity. We're going to have volunteers from 6 different high schools in the Dallas area, and we're going to recruit those volunteers by making announcements over the school announcements. Also, the plan is to pick up trash around the Trinity River, not actually in it, because it's actually dangerous to be in. And then we believe that the project is going to help the river's ecosystem, as well as improve the city's image as a whole. So as our sponsor, we picked a for-profit sponsor. We believe that Waste Management should be that. And we think that it's a relevant issue for the company, Waste Management, to be picking up trash around the Trinity River. Also, we believe that it could mutually benefit the company and the public as a whole for them to be participating in our project. And also, Waste Management in our plan of our activity is going to be providing a speaker that is going to go over safety measures on how to be careful when picking up trash. And we came up with a couple of success measures to measure how well our project has went. The first one is how many volunteers actually signed up for our event. We are actually predicting about 200 volunteers, or 150, excuse me. And then how many kids are going to be signed up for the art contest. The art contest is basically going to be when kids pull the trash out of the river, they're going to put it together to make something artistic. And we believe that about 200 students will be participating in the art contest. And the general goal is to pick up trash, so we're going to be weighing the amount of trash that we pick up out of the Trinity River. We're estimating about 250 pounds, and since that's a lot of weight, we're going to be weighing that with a drum scale that is going to be provided by Nichols Scales and Measure.
Okay, so our main activity for the day is the art contest. And from the 200 students, we plan on dividing them into groups of 10, and they'll have one adult chaperone per group. And they'll have a total of 3.5 hours to work on it, including the supplies that we give them and the supplies that they find in their environment. The 2 winners, the first and second place winners, will receive $1,000 each for prize money, and third and fourth place winners will receive $450 each. Our schedule of events, we're going to start at 6:30 a.m. It's going to take us about 2 hours to set up. And the next few hours, or next few minutes, are going to be for students and volunteers to arrive, and we'll also serve breakfast at the same time. After this, we'll introduce the art contest, and also the waste management employees will give students and volunteers health and safety training. Following this, the students will have 2.5 hours to work on their project, followed by a break where they can eat lunch and have fun, use the entertainment that we provide. After this, they'll have another hour session to work on the project, and this will end the activities for the day, basically. For the closing ceremony, the speaker from Waste Management, he's going to educate the students about recycling and what other measures we can do to continue the effort to clean the river. Following this, we'll announce the winners and close the event. And as the students and volunteers leave, we'll also use the scale and we'll take measures to see how many pounds of trash we picked up. Our staffing is going to be provided completely by the PTAs and administrators from each school. We hope to have about one parent or the teacher chaperone for a group of 10 students. We'll have 20 to 25 volunteers set up. 5 administrators and instructors will serve as coordinators. 10 volunteers will be in charge of meals. And that's our volunteer staff for today. Our paid staff includes 10 police officers for security and DJ and other entertainment personnel.
Okay, and for the budget, the overall cost for the project, we estimated to be $15,000. And this includes the items that we need for the project to be successful. And since we want to make sure the volunteers and the personnel working with us are safe, we are going to go ahead and get gloves, goggles, trash pickers, aprons, garbage bags, face masks, and that's going to be for $1,600. And also to ensure the well-being of all the volunteers, we're going to have first aid kits and 5 emergency personnel, and that's for $1,100. And also to make sure that all the parameters are safe, we're going to have security for $1,200. We're going to go ahead and hire photographers and a photo booth rental, and that will cover for $2,100. And also for the art contest, we have supplies, which include paints, glue, canvases, stationery, and crayons, and that's going to be for $1,400. And then for the refreshments and cooling off, we will have the tents, water, snacks, drinks, and ice boxes, and that's for $2,400. And to keep the volunteers and the personnel entertained and lively, we do have a DJ and also games, such as a scavenger hunt, and that's going to be like $2,200. And also to weigh the trash, we're going to rent a drum scale, which is $100 a day. So we just need that for $100. And for the art prizes, we will have 4 winners, and the art prize amount is for $2,900. So in conclusion, the Dallas Chamber of Commerce is being invited to go ahead and contribute half of the budgeted cost, which is going to be $7,500. This project will educate the youth on the trash around the river and how it negatively affects the city, and also just educate the youth about recycling and the benefits of that. It brings awareness to the philanthropic aid by the Chamber of Commerce, which gives it a good outlook to the public, and it involves in cleaning up the river. And also it provides a good image for Dallas in terms of tourism and just projecting the good image of the city. And that concludes our presentation, and we're now open for any questions you may have.
Thank you for your presentation. One quick question: How did you guys plan to advertise the event again?
We'll be putting flyers throughout the school and also making announcements in the 6 high schools that we designated.
Okay, thank you.
So like on school announcements in the morning, we'll be referencing the event and asking for volunteers at each school.
You had 2,900 set up for prizes. What prizes include?
It will be money. So 2 students will get $1,000 each, and then 2 other students will get $450 each.
How do you screen the people that are working with the students?
Through background checks, but the majority of the people that we have adult-wise are going to be parents of the students, the chaperones.
So are you suggesting they do not need background
No,
checks?
we'll still background check them,
Okay.
but just as an extra safety precaution, they're going to be relatives of the student anyway.
Okay. So have you budgeted for that in your budget?
Yes, I believe we did.
Under what line item?
safety. It was included in safety.
Security of 1,200.
The safety items that we're going to be using, like the goggles and the aprons.
So it's included in what amount?
And the amount for the actual safety gadgets we're going to be using, like the aprons and the garbage bags and everything like that.
Okay. And is that the et cetera part is supposed to represent the
Correct.
background check?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Which 6 high schools, are you choosing high schools in the area of the river, or are you going to be picking high schools from other cities?
The 6 high schools were from near the area that we were going to have the event. 3 of them were from DISD, and 3 of them are other schools that are not in the district.
I think we like had a 5-mile radius of where we planned to have the event, and just kind of picked the nearest high schools to where it was. It wasn't just the ISD.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yeah, thank you for your time.